mindset that Liquid, they have a lot to prove. They have to prove that last year they should have been here. And for Crew side of things, they should be more relaxed. I mean, they're looking up, and it's kind of a David versus Goliath type atmosphere that, at least for me, I can put in that perspective for Crew. They've got nothing to lose, so hopefully we can see a nice loose Crew coming through with a strong start.
And I know we always talk about the Brazilian teams, but there's so many Brazilian players in Crew as well, so I feel like that is something that we cannot underestimate. Another point as well is that we know these two teams are probably constantly scrimming each other. They're always playing in that LATAM South in Argentina, where the Crew office is, or in Sao Paulo as well, where Team Liquid is located. And all of the LATAM players, they're always playing in those Brazilian servers, playing ranked as well in the Brazilian servers. So there's definitely a sense of familiarity when it comes to these two, and maybe how much they know about each other.
I'm very excited to see Dodds versus Jelly, the two Brazilian players in the server. We've known Dodds as a star on the Duelist in the past for Crew, but this is the first time Jelly will play an international match on her new role. Last time, as you were mentioning, Potter, she was always on that initiator for MIBR. So I do feel like there's a bit of pressure there to come up and show just how good you can be on the Duelist.
For sure, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a domestic matchup. I know it's not so much on paper, but it kind of is. You know, there's that familiarity that you talked about, Dan, and those domestic matchups, they always hit different. So I'm expecting Dodds to be fully aware of Jelly's shenanigans. So I think this should be the Dodds versus Jelly show.
It's going to be very exciting to see that one. Looking at the leaders as well, you know how badly Dikey wanted to be here again. It must have been absolutely heartbreaking to miss out on GCC last year. Now a chance to finally return to this level of play. Looking at the map select, and I'm excited to see maybe a Sage hover there.
Yeah, coming through from the IGL of Crew side of things, Biazik, I mean, she is known for being a high fragging IGL, always in the mix, always together with the pack on those fights. So I'm glad to see the Sage. I think you've got to be pretty thoughtful on this map to make this Sentinel work, the only Sentinel for the side of Visa Crew Blaze.
They are actually keeping the composition the same as we saw when Crew was facing Akabe in that grand final between LATAM North and LATAM South, and they were playing with the Sage as well. It is, though, also the first time that we see that Waylay versus Waylay in this tournament. We've been talking about it, how strong she really is, but I feel like with these two teams kind of keeping things the same, it's a good point to start. Liquid, even though they had a good amount of time compared to MIBR, they were boot camping for a little bit, they were adjusting, and the fact that both of them keep compositions the same, knowing that this was a good map for them, gives me good signs of maybe a little bit of a back and forth at the beginning.
For sure. I would have liked to see some flashes on the side of Crew, though, to set up Dodds for a little bit of an easier time. You see the KO on the side of Liquid. I'd like to see how Visa Crew Blaze compensate for the fact of having no flashes.
It'll be interesting to see the classic comp on Corrode for Team Liquid versus the Sage in play for Visa Crew. We're hopping into our second series of the day with Doug and Ender.
Thank you so much, Mimi. Yeah, I think this is really one of the perfect early matches that we can get. You've got Team Liquid, who's looking to, again, continue to put the world on notice as one of the best Brazilian teams, arguably the best Brazilian team here at the tournament, against a young Crew squad that, Christy, could shock the world.
Yeah, I mean, Crew is a team the desk was talking about. Konir has been with this squad through every step of the way, has qualified to every single GCC, and every year doing a little bit better. In that first year, didn't win a map, or didn't win a series. After that, they win one, then they win two. Now getting stronger and stronger and stronger, but against them, you see on your screen, Team Liquid Visa. The last match this team played on the GCC stage was back home in Brazil. It was in that final Game 5 versus a Shopify Rebellion. That game, that magical moment for this team to win at home was taken away, and now they've got to do it in a whole other place.
And this is really just the first step, right? But you do know, and you know, we've talked about it, the desk touched on it as well, this team has aspirations of playing the big Sunday game.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's really what their eyes are set on. That's what their goal is set on. And I would go so far as to say that anything less than that would be a disappointment.
I mean, yeah, the number one team coming out of Brazil, that team that was denied that last game previously. After you get a taste of that, after you get a taste of how close you can be, you'll never want anything else. Semifinals, that's not enough. Oh, beating your rivals, that's not enough. You want to be lifting that trophy at the end of the day.
Yeah, job's not finished type beat. So we'll see how they perform here again against a Crew Visa squad that comes in with a lot of youth, that comes in with a lot of excitement, and again, the ability to play a little loose. I think Potter on the desk was talking about, you know, the tried and true David versus Goliath, and there's some truth to that, right? Like, they can play with their slingshot and you kind of let things fly and see how they play out.
Yeah, the thing is, Dodds doesn't have to use a slingshot, right?
Use a gun.
Yeah,
use a gun.
big old gun, right? And
Right.
Dodds is an absolute freak in the server. Such a talented young player for this Crew team. We got to see glimpses of it last year. We got to see her dominating as well in LATAM in 2025. Now another shot at the global stage.
Yeah. I think the Crew squad has one of the benefits, which is a bit of a rare thing to say in a competitive environment, but the benefits that there aren't a ton of expectations on the squad, and that can be a very dangerous team to play against, regardless of the setting and regardless of the circumstance. Team Liquid is going to be starting off on the attacking side. We'll see how Crew hold up defensively. The opening map of this series is Corrode. Bind is map 2, and then if we need it, if we do need to go the distance, we will be heading over to Pearl. Thoughts on this composition? In Waylay and the KO and the Sova, I imagine, pave the way and let Waylay go, yeah?
Yeah, not too many surprises here from Team Liquid. Saw ideas like this out of NRG, and they're just going to run a fast hit onto B.
Oh, Munch. Yeah, Munch got caught. Munch took a fair amount of damage. TP back out. There are 3 members of the defense that are already close by on the site.
Look for that fight to elbow.
Yeah, Munch already pretty close by. Jelly will be the first to fall. Talked about Jelly a fair amount.
They're still going. 3 players back towards spawn as this fight comes back into sight. Beautiful work from the IGL.
Yeah, Daiki coming in big for Team Liquid. Issa joining the fray as well. Now just 2 left from the defense. They started to rotate over, and they might get a little bit of timing. 1 kill found. Daiki falls. The second connects. Issa cleans it up, though. Very nicely done. Liquid get the pistol.
Yeah, that little combo duo there of Issa and Daiki firing on all cylinders in the pistol round, and it comes after a cool little idea there with the Viper wall, giving control over elbow, and it's that position, Team Liquid fighting forward into that space, that give them the angle out of heaven. It also allows the players to walk out behind that wall, take so much more space. And like I was saying, a post plant where you have control out of heaven is just beautiful for TL.
Yeah, it's almost, I don't want to say impossible to lose, but it's pretty freaking hard.
It's pretty hard, yeah.
To lose. So we'll see what the investment Liquid bring into this round. A Guardian, 2 Guardians, excuse me, and a Bulldog. Light armor for everyone. Meanwhile, Dodds, that is cheeky. They're a Bucky in play.
See this a lot from Waylay players nowadays, is just going for that cheesy Bucky on the ecos. Can oftentimes pull that gun out, get a shot off before anyone can react to the double dash over you.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to talk about the Sage. You know, we haven't really had the opportunity to pick your mind on it. Your thoughts on the pick in this comp?
I mean, I find that Sage can be really punishing on this map in particular. You'll see sort of 2 ways teams like to play the map. One is like on that pistol round, ton of like fast exec ideas, especially when you're rocking a Waylay KO, where the wall comboed with the slows make it really impossible for that fast play to work. And the other idea is the slow rounds, right? Where you take mid control, play the map. And again, a late round Sage wall can just shut down a lot of ideas from an attacking team and sort of force their hand in many ways.
Sure, delay. It is just Biazik on the Sage. It's back towards B. The remaining members of Crew are going to rotate over a little bit late.
Look at Issa down bot mid, though, when this wall comes down.
Let's see if she catches the timing on that. Meanwhile, Bizarre trying to keep them back. The eye cleared out. Issa still playing from a really nice position.
Yeah, it's cool, though, with Bizarre pushed up here, trying to pinch the players back into mid, keep that threat of the flank going down, but TL, they know they can just fall out of the space. Crew very likely waiting to see if someone will push into them, and then going to try for a little death into the spike. Now with the clock winding down, though, I think Issa's going to peek back into mid and try and grab some orbs.
Yeah, you got to start thinking about the exit strategy here. Quick little pick there out from Issa. A second one found. Maybe even a third. Wall keeps him back, but that's going to provide them an exit out away from the site. The remaining members of Crew will die to the spike, and all good for Team Liquid.
It's a staple of Team Liquid, even in the past, but very good control here out of Daiki and the squad on the anti-eco. Easily take up through mid. Have an interesting idea going pretty heavy on the B split, even with a Sage wall on the other side, but already showing good ideas at calling around the Sage that you'd highlighted.
Yeah. We'll see how they continue to lean into that. There are a lot of different options and ways that you can kind of play through it. Again, take a look at some of the investments on the side of Liquid, the Bucky, and then a couple of rifles too. So not a weak buy by any means here in this bonus. Early flash out for the Waylay to take some space. Jelly gets up towards Link.
That's an NRG classic with the flash and a double dive, but Jelly doesn't find anyone. Now, though, you can sort of sit in this position. With the Bucky, you're kind of useless in the round unless you catch players on the rotate, so TL want to make a lot of noise on B.
Yazik up first, gets the best of Isa. Double swings, gets a kill too. Down to 11 HP, almost gets away with the third. Just not quite enough. Meanwhile, Jelly on the prowl, nicely done. Michaela dealt with, disposed of. They're going to get the spike down here. This is looking really good for Liquid.
Yeah, Crew are taking their time, though, because the big pivot player is going to be Dodds. Already back on the flank. And TL are not worried about their flank because of Jelly's positioning in mid. Dodds can catch a great timing, but at the same time Dodds moves in here is exactly when Jujina is turning around and considering the flank as an option.
Eyes behind her head, but not quite right on the site. Daiki and Jelly, the two remaining, trying to keep back the defenses. The retake attempt from Crew. Dodds gets high ground. Dodds gets the third on the round. And Crew are on the board.
Get used to seeing some sweet plays out of Dodds like that. That's setting herself up right with the saturate, then a double dash over the top. And a great spray transfer in it as well. So it is not just the mechanics on full display in terms of the gunplay, but also very good presence of mind in the round using the full Waylay kit.
Yeah. And as you mentioned a couple times, you were talking about Dodds early on. You're right. I think we're going to continue to see plays like that out from the duelists. So much potential and so young, right? But again, the big opportunity to kind of perform here on the stage.
Wow. Who's coming in? First time a LATAM team has squared off against Brazil at GCC.
Kind of crazy to think.
Yeah, and an opening match, and especially these two teams have such a history on the global stage here. Crew making every single event.
Well, that's fast out from Jelly mid. Certainly gives a threat, and wow, it's more than a threat. There's plenty of bite behind that bark. A second swing out from Jelly. Reckless abandon towards the site. B is theirs for the taking.
Hold on, though. Munch and B main. Without TL having position, they're calling back, taking their time.
Come on, how much damage can you do? Only one, and now position given away. Thing is, no real idea of where the other two members of Crew are. Munch falls, and now the site is theirs.
That's a good double swing. Now firm control, and a 2-on-4. I don't think you're going to play this round from Crew.
Oh, immediate. Well, missed that lineup. All good. Nobody saw it.
Good thing no one's trying to retake. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Immediate call to save on that. As soon as Munch went down, you took a look at the minimap, instantly started rotating back towards A.
And when you look at the money, too, you have only a couple players that have bought down to nothing, right? So Crew need these two guns to survive. If they can do that, they've got a buy into the next round. They've got that Waylay ult as well. So I think good, quick calling there to move out of that one. Of course, if Munch had been able to get a little bit more from B main, they would have had a chance. But I think Team Liquid, those two players coming in through B main, swung nicely together to make sure that wasn't going to be a possibility.
A tough spot to be in, too, right? You're kind of left on an island. There's nobody there to help you, and you know the walls are closing in on your site very quickly. Yeah. So you almost look at Munch and go, well, good on you to get one, almost two, but, I mean, borderline impossible spot to be in.
Liquid fans in the house here. And can we talk about Jelly for a second? The mid-year addition to TL. Of course, getting plucked away from MIBR, dropped onto this roster. And the last time, if you're watching GCC last year, right, with MIBR, make it into the final, you would have known Jelly for the get-go, for initiator ideas. But in this last round, completely unleashed, just blitzing it up mid for the two opening kills.
I got to know Jelly a little bit at the Spotlight tournament at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And that was a ton of fun. You can tell there's a lot of passion and a lot of intelligence for the game. And now that Jelly's able to play in the Waylay spot and play with a little bit more gusto, it's fun to watch.
I like it. Now, I'm a little surprised here. Crew, I think, could have gone for a little bit more of a force up, instead trying to keep that money hovering between 1,000 and 2,000. But still some options here with that Bucky.
That's going to help. A second swing delivered. This is a strong buy out from Liquid. They shouldn't be able to get away with this.
Unfortunately, Biazik, that was a fake wall playing in front of that one, so it boxed herself in. Still with the 2 kills. Now TL need this lurk to activate on A.
Spike sitting across the middle of the map, not quite committed yet. Kind of waiting to see if Isa's able to get the pick, but it's actually Munch who puts a bullet between her eyes. And just like that, the round is really thrown into disarray between Monch and the Bucky. Crew are flirting with the second.
And no room for error in that 1v1 on A site with the Guardian too.
Monch gets some info, takes a step back, throws it in reverse. Once again, gonna be pushed. Once again on an island, but this time has safe passage out.
And even just the fact that she can pump out the snake bite there for a moment allows the team to rotate in. So now Crew are in position to start this retake, not give TL any time to take control over the site, comfortably position themselves in the 2v4.
Whoa, we're investing ults here? Interesting decision out from Dodds.
Locking it down.
Making sure no stone is left unturned. That first pick is going to cause problems. Dodds falls, Monch falls again as well. All of a sudden, this is a 2v2. Now Becerra left in the 1v1. Kinnear waiting on the other side. She's going to stick it. She stuck it the whole way. It's a stolen round.
Unbelievable. The Crew take that at the end just with a full stick. You know, in prime position to win the round, right? It's a 4-on-2 that Team Liquid, Zara and Daiki somehow give it a chance. Reminder, this was a half buy from Crew. They'd save 2 rifles, then buy some sheriffs and a Bucky. And I think it's critical that the having some fun there at the end, but that jump peek at the end from Becerra didn't get info, didn't actually see that player defusing. So cold hands to win the round.
Dodds waiting for a jump spot or a peek across the middle of the map that does not look like it will come anytime soon. Kinnear, the Devs was talking about it, one of the veterans, household names in the Game Changers scene. Also the hero from the previous round. A decent start so far out here for Crew.
Yeah, especially now with Dodds picking up the operator. Odin in Michaela's hands.
So gotta find a way to make that thing sing, and it's actually Dodds who delivers. Jelly falls first.
And TL don't really have control on the map, right? Their lurks were sort of taking these ping pong fights as a Sage wall on A link, so very easy for Crew to double up on elbow now.
The thing is, they are outnumbered.
I'm not even sure it matters with the paranoia ready, with slow orbs there as well. Okay.
Or the paranoia doesn't come into play at all.
Yeah, just got caught there on the jiggle.
Quick step back out from Biazik, now huddled in on the site proper with reinforcements arriving at just the right time. Dodds with the op. Tries to get this aggro peek into elbow, which is exactly where they're funneled into because of the wall. Only one kill found, though. Traded right back, and the KO ult popped. Liquid finding space, finding the kills, and getting what they need on the site with the numbers advantage. A slight one, but an advantage nonetheless. Monch up so aggressive. Issa's there to greet. What can Michaela do? Nothing.
Some great control out of Team Liquid right there. Locking down all avenues on the approach, because that was not an easy site to hit.
No.
By any means, with all the stall there, but being able to pick off Kinnear from the get-go. And then I think also the fact you might see in the replay, Dodds gets these kills with the op, but that kill on A site comes right when the callback runs out.
Yeah.
So then the trade comes in. There's nothing Dodds can do. If that is just a difference of 0.25 seconds, Dodds gets the kill, comes back out. Team Liquid are locked in that space, but that slight timing advantage for TL win them the round.
Jelly, a lot there. TP's out. Meanwhile, take a quick glance at the minimap. 3 members of Crew have gone exploring.
Hero rifle on Dodds.
Who is one of the 3. What can they really do on the other side of this? They don't have a flash. They're just going to drive peek, but the rifle's the first that falls.
Okay.
Beautiful transfer out from Daiki.
My IGL.
That's the round.
Yeah. You might have forgotten it, but Daiki can light up the server. An absolute beast, even on a supportive role in the initiator. It's been at the top of her game for so long in Brazil, even though, narrowly missing qualification last year. Has now come back in as the #1 team.
It did feel strange not to have Daiki there, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. And frankly, if there was an LCQ last year,
yeah,
maybe we're seeing Team Liquid on the global stage as well.
Right.
Brazil has always had those 2 top teams. I feel like they could compete, finally have a chance to have both of them square off here in Korea.
Knife making sure there's nobody coming up mid. If you're Crew here, I mean, I guess Daiki's the only one you really have to worry about as far as donating orbs or ult points over to Liquid. So they presumably just side of the spike. Daiki is going to go try to hunt. And well, it was a nice shot. Daiki now 2 off of the ult into the next round. A little shock spit, not going to connect. But they're trying their day. Ooh, that might. No, close.
I was going to say, I wouldn't even mind if Munch died here or got a kill.
Damn.
No issues whatsoever. So TL jump up to 5.
Pretty convincingly, too. I think we've had one 1v1 round that came down to the very end. That was the stuck defuse, right? But other than that, everything has felt pretty decisive.
Yeah, I mean, even the stuck defuse, that was a round that TL could have easily won,
2v4,
right?
Yeah.
So the close ones are the ones that are getting knocked the other way away from them.
Right. So on the other side of that, Vamos, we do have a timeout courtesy of Crew. Get a chance to talk things over. This will be another buy round for them. And so you feel some of the pressure as you're sitting there looking at a 3-round deficit early on your map pick. It's early, yes, but there's a lot of weight behind this round, and I think that explains the timing of this timeout.
Yeah, I mean, I think the unfortunate thing about this for Crew is because the round they lost was the rounds that Dodds got the up and actually got value from that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you'd want to be able to build that, have a few up rounds, and really punish an attacking team, force them to play faster, force them to find ways to work around that. But Crew have gotten themselves into a position now where their money is always against the wall. So now they have to find ways to win rounds that are not just let Dodd sort of solo play and get op picks. And that means that it's probably going to become a lot more reliant on them setting up some maybe trap play as ideas around the mains. I don't think we're going to see so much just like mid-fights. We saw them throw that away on the eco round, but I'd love to see Dodds be able to work a little bit more for some forward space, because Crew have been affording Team Liquid a lot of control in A main and B main, and it's let them pivot in the mid rounds pretty easily.
Brother, look at that mini map. 1, 2, 3, 4, what, 5 pings, eh?
Yeah.
Any question on where Liquid's headed?
I mean, they've got 2 great ultimates to rip it into the site.
Early flash, the wall, the dart. That Omen smoke mid, it's not going to matter at all. Biazik's in trouble. Biazik might be dead. Off the second, the third manages to dodge. Very nicely done. But there's more to be dealt with. There's more to find. Oh, yeah. I mean, 0 chance you're getting away with that one. Not with the discipline that Liquid have shown. Daiki commits to getting the plant down. Eye cleared immediately. The Suck's not really going to connect either, but Konir does. Still waiting on the other side. I mean, knocking on the door of trying to retake elbow, and they might just succeed here. All of the ults that Liquid brought into this round have been blown. Dodd's down. And they have to go rotate all the way through elbow if they want to try to clear out main. You've got Bizarro, who still can play spoiler from all the way back. The dog confirming their presence. But you still have to swing out and deal with them. You can't afford to leave that alone. Michaela falls once more at that distance.
Okay.
That's wild.
Munch just gets it done. Clears away the back line. Well, Konir just needed the 1 kill on the site. And Konir taking so much time waiting for that fight to come her way. Absolutely needed the rest of her team to open up yard. That's exactly what they do, because the initial approach, right, it looks doom and gloom for Crew.
Yeah.
Team Liquid playing together, especially after that kill on Bizarra. But here, seeing the gun barrel around the other side of the box, and this spin around, this shorty in hand from Daiki ends up punishing her massively. And so, where I think, like, out of the timeout, you'd have hoped to see Crew come up with a better macro answer. Team Liquid were in position to win the round, but the post plant works out for Crew.
Feels like they kind of got away with one there. This time the early pit from Munch towards B.
This is looking like that round 2 anti-eco protocol, but no control over A main, and the Nightfall stunts everything completely.
Kind of reactionary, but it's so early in the round, and it's not really for any map control.
Well, the idea was, I think, to avoid the Viper's Pit in B main, a hard read coming out from the time between rounds. Now they've threatened that they could have worked someone all the way up into this mid-space past window. So you have the players off A rotating back to try and hold down the fort just a little bit. All the while, in reality, Team Liquid have regathered 4 players into A main where nobody's home.
Yeah, they're filling into that space that they're currently leaving.
Now, something Crew could do is they do have a Sage Res online. They can regroup back into B, res that body over on B, as a matter of fact, and have no issues about that.
Well, if they're going to do it, they kind of got to get the giddy up and get going, because, again, the rotations on this map take so freaking long that if that's what they want to commit to, they're going to have to do so soon. As the res goes up, the spike goes down, and now it's going to be a mad dash back to A.
But no control into mid, really, Crew? We're going to go 5 into spot. No, we're going to leave 1 lurk from Munch. Munch was the hero in the last round. 1v2.
That's a big one across the middle of the map. You mentioned Munch. Has to get this pick here. Jelly getting 3 on the round, but again, it's Munch. Crew getting a ton of space back. Jujina in a 1v3. That's tough. Now with that Waylay dashing in your face like that, Crew will get to 4.
Yeah. Not a moment to spare either. That round was kind of Jelly versus all of Crew. Jelly gets so many kills. I think 3 there, fighting through against the res. But how about that? I think good mid-rounding there out of Crew. Realizing they can just have numbers if they play grouped around the Viper's pit, go for the res. But even then, the flank coming on for Munch denies Daiki the chance to play spoiler there with low time on the clock.
And so Crew put up the last 2 rounds to get back within sniffing distance of this behemoth that is Team Liquid. A way that maybe not many people expected.
Absolutely not. Especially because it's always been Brazil that's been lighting up the global stage.
Right. Still work to be done, though. You see the buyout from Liquid. It's not great. I mean, you got a couple of rifles, but they don't fully invest.
Yeah, and Team Liquid have no control over the map whatsoever. You look at B main, we're playing full contain there on Bazera.
You know, what's interesting is you've called that out a few times. Liquid's lack of map control early in rounds.
And I think it's because they're playing this comp around the Waylay where you can just pivot back into exec so often. So as long as they're playing pack mentality and they contact back into the mains, they can pop onto a site. But at the same time, Crew when was the last time you saw Crew like playing in front of these lines? Right? They're never taking the forward lines in mains, and maybe that could even be some awareness of Team Liquid. They've seen Crew play this comp twice before.
Passed out B, double dash through. Ult popped in exchange, and that will slow things down tremendously. Jelly's the only one forward, but that gun still works. Bizarre now filling in, as is the rest of Liquid, trying to take control of the site. It's going to be Crew on the retake. They don't have any ults.
Crew are eyeing up these angles pretty quickly. Players on the A side of the map only just now rotating on over. Byazik is delayed in mid too.
Considerably so. Just a dog to pave the way for now. The paranoia and the suck will help. But all the utility instinct. Crew are doing it again. A flash in their face. Nicely done out by Daiki. Michaela's got to do it on her own and cannot.
That forward hold really working out for Team Liquid. Not falling back to playoff site. Comes after a nice first shot, I think, out of Jelly, right? The pathing going over to that right-hand corner. A lot of the times you'll see Waylays go much further forward for the dive, the fight into elbow, sometimes up into heaven. But this time, just Crew seemed completely surprised that a Waylay could be right on the other side of that smoke.
Yeah, just went in and then immediately cut right and got all the space that they needed.
And so after Crew winning 2 rounds, now that momentum is slashed, he's on a half buy from TL2.
Knife tagging Munch early in that position that you were highlighting just a round ago.
So Crew have 3 players here, ready to receive this. More slow orbs too.
There's Jelly again into the site already with the ult pop, and now a little bit of room to work with Jujina already back site. The site is Liquid's. And there's really nothing Crew can do, at least right now, to fight back for it.
I mean, the hero rifle is on Dodds, and Dodds is currently waiting for Team Liquid to respawn next round.
Yeah. Not really in a position to contribute.
Caution here.
And TL again are playing these very forward holds, locking down the choke points on B site. I love this protocol out from them. It's what shut Crew out of the last round. It's going to shut them out of this one.
I mean, do you go for it here? I guess no reason not to. You still have 2 rifles to play around. The flash out good. And connects. Kinnear will fall. Michaela follows, and you mentioned Dodds on the hero rifle. Yes, arrived to the site, but you're absolutely right. A bit tardy. And so off of this, Liquid will get to 7.
Yeah, party's already over. I think you can see some of the fun stuff you can do with the Waylay and the Omen in the comp right here. And one of the ways that you can punish a Sage, quite frankly, right? Because that slow orb goes down onto the choke point in B main. What do we see? Double teleport plus a double dash. Then the Waylay ult from mid-site to play off of 2. It was pretty cool. Now from Team Liquid, even against the anti-eco. TL chucking all the ultimates into that one to lock up these rounds.
I don't know what that meant, but there was a lot of passion behind that.
There was passion.
Yeah,
there was
she was fired up.
Yeah. And, you know, it's nice to see Daiki always playing on a big stage once again. Of course, in Brazil, they get to play their finals in that same venue that she lost to Shopify Rebellion with a couple years back.
Note here, the op back in the hands of Dots, immediately flashed up with Bucky slowed down to...
Everyone slowed.
Or excuse me, a shorty. Dots, again, they invest into the op. They find no value out of it. Now the last round of the half.
And at the same time, Jujina's ulting back B as well. Has completely exploded the map. Biazik, okay, well the res comes off, so I guess it's a 1-for-1 in a rather different way with another pick in mid. Crew aren't out of this just yet.
Daiki has been stellar for Liquid, and so, yeah, I mean, you kind of take that res.
But for me, it's this fight back spawn. Team Liquid bringing 2 players forward. It's always the forward fight from them that's paid off. Jujina, unspotted.
Michaela has struggled. We'll get challenged here. What can Michaela do? A need to provide a little bit more value than they have been able to before. Meanwhile, Biazik gets the wall up. Kinnear falls. Biazik does too. Michaela's able to get 1, 2 still to find. And if they manage to get through that, you still got to get the defuse. A 1v1, ankle's broken. 4 bullets left, and Daiki's there to greet. An 8-round half for Liquid.
Jelly. Sticking her tongue out. And, well, I just want to say, absolutely nasty shot from Bazera. What a round from Team Liquid to lead 8-4.
Nah, mate.
Welcome back to the second series of the day between Team Liquid and Crew. There was a lot of talk as we take a look at the Coinbase Econ report around whether or not Crew are going to be able to punch back. But honestly, when Daiki's playing the way that she is for Liquid, it's hard for really anyone to stand up against that.
I mean, how are you going to stand up when they're busting out the full pack of shinies as well from TL? Been looking a little bit too sharp, and Daiki, I mean, leading in server, fragging out. This has been such a staple. Like, she might be one of the most consistent players in GC. An absolute beast year after year after year. Now coming in here and getting the team off to a great start up against Crew.
Yeah, top fragging at 15-8 on the KO, and now gonna get tested on the defensive side. I think we talked a little bit about the Sage on defense, but now your thoughts on what Biazik will be able to contribute on the attacking side.
I mean, on the attacking side, I sort of always say it when we're seeing like Sages or Deadlocks, but if you can get it into a post plant, you're one of the best agents possible in the game, creating some funky new angles. The slow orbs too are great at that, but of course it does mean that you're a little bit more vulnerable to flanks in the mid rounds without the hard info sent to utility or anything like that. Although we'll say the slow orb can also be a nice tool for gaining some early space and can also be used as part of execs. What you'll see a lot from Crew is using the Sage slow orb, dropping that right here on the exit from players rotating through mid to make that strong.
3 towards B currently. The spike, the important one, not there though. Very nice setup. Dogs is playing anti though, and just like that, advantage Crew.
Yeah, good stuff. High flash over the top is something that you always have to be prepared for when the KO's in the server, and B main, probably the most popular place to look for that. But check out Team Liquid, down numbers creeping forward.
Where are y'all headed? There's gonna be a little challenge. It's just lunch though. Wow. Immediately down.
Bizarra ended the half with a gnarly shot.
Yeah.
A sliver angle here, just a hard clear.
And there's really no way to swing off of that or trade if you're Crew.
So you'll have an interesting Viper wall in terms of how it cuts up the A site.
That's one of my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Forced to clear it so many times, but Crew not really flirting with that wall at all. They get all the way up towards main. They're going to clear up into elbow. They've gotten this far, but haven't committed on the other side of it, at least yet.
I mean, TL are really divided up here, except for the players on site.
Yeah, and I mean, the wall's going to push back off towards spawn. Jujina falls.
Yeah, Daikie's out of the round, having to break that down with her knife.
And now they're going to swing her on the other side of it. Perhaps they'll advise, but Dodds gets 3. 2v2 now. It's going to have to be an ace. Bizarra's waiting on the other side. Healthy, and it's the ace for Crew. It's the ace for Dodds.
Welcome to Korea Dodds. Stand up, take a bow. Fiery way to kick off this second half for Crew. When things are starting to look dire, Dodds is going to step up and get the job done all on her own. Starting off playing anti, right against the wall. Takes out her counterpart on the waylay. And then here, so flicky with it. Coming in for the trade, playing behind her teammates.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah,
Yeah, really sharp on 4th and 5th kill.
not wasting too many bullets.
Very efficient. Take a look at the purchase for Crew, an Outlaw, Bulldog, a Bucky too for Kinnear. Heavy investment. And it's just Manchu hasn't purchased.
Yeah, important to keep things clean, and I'm worried. Especially with 5 players in mid from TL, right behind their Viper wall.
Note here, no Bucky or anything like that, much like we saw from Crew in this exact same scenario
Sure.
just a couple of rounds ago.
Just Bizarra with the Sheriff. Hit a good spot from bot, or hit a good shot from bot mid last round. But I think that Crew, after hearing nothing, not seeing anyone walk up into either A or B main, it is a great tell that something funky's going down in mid.
Right. Yeah, those alarm bells are ringing right now. Or at least they should be, and you presume they will be, given the Crew's pathing towards B.
They're just going to have to run a pretty standard exec out of this one. Sage slow doesn't go down, but there it does. A little bit slow on that one, but now with the wall over into elbow, stopping any sort of fast flood ideas from TL.
Planted.
So TL go for the flank, but there's a Viper waiting for him all the way back in spawn.
How many? Quick.
3.
3? That's 1.
Could have been.
Could have been. Still might be. I mean, even just Munch pathing back makes it so annoying.
Yeah, you always have to be worried about your flank. Munch is going to go into mid to wrap those players eventually.
It's taking her time.
Headshot.
Seems like it's going to matter. Jelly upgrades the weapon. Daikie's the last one left in 1v2. Now weapon upgraded, a Bulldog in hand.
Oh dear.
And
Wait,
it's
she could full
Munch.
stick.
Yeah, Munch is so far away. It's not planted for her.
Oh my god.
Daikie's going to stick it.
It's a full stick.
Oh, stops. Daikie gets the kill anyway.
She gets it.
I don't know that she does. She does. What a play from Daikie.
Oh no. And now Daikie and the whole crew from Team Liquid clowning on Dodds after the last round when Dodds got up after the ace. Let the other side of the stage know about it with a Red Bull clutch out of Daikie.
Insane to think that this plays out the way it does because of the pathing that Munch took after getting the pick.
It's also just
Player stand.
those kills coming in. And Team Liquid wait until the wire.
Yeah.
Daikie's now sitting 19-9 on the KO.
And if there was a chance to get back into this map, I think that was it.
It just blows it up. Econ ruined for the half. Now we're trying to run a fast B idea, but the stall is going to be infinite. Daikie still has the knife to come right when the snake bite runs out. So there's another 10 seconds where you're not doing anything. 4 agents suppressed.
Insane to think that she had the knife when she did. They still have a dart too. I mean, they're not using any of their early scan utility.
Yeah, different ideas with the nerfs to the cooldown of that. Instead of just running it off of a cycle on defense, can be a lot better to just wait for the info.
Yeah.
And use it as stall.
Enemy down.
And I say scan utility. Obviously, the knife is pseudo scan.
It scans the area and tells you if people are there or not. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And so Crew will go down from this round with a bit of a whimper after the heroics from the pistol, which seemed like a distantly fading memory.
Yeah. I mean, then we're talking 10 to 5, double digits.
Right.
You're looking at not too many
Last player standing.
chances, not too many rounds with room for error remaining.
No, and I honestly, I think that window has been slammed shut already, and it might have been slammed shut in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, Daiki's just kind of in her flow state right now.
Yeah.
Calling a great game. Fired up in the server. Leaps out to 21-9.
Very pedestrian performance from one of the GOATs.
2 years since we've seen her on the global stage. She's putting up numbers like that back then. With the breach, the sky, KO as well. Seems like she hasn't really missed a beat.
No, and I do think too, this isn't important as it seems so heavily dominant on the side of Liquid. I do think this is really important for them to get through this the way that they are, because it's only the first map. We'll see. We presume this is going to close out, and then we'll see how they look on Pine. But if you are a team that's coming into this tournament with intentions of raising hardware at the end of it, you need to get through teams like Crew in this fashion.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you're a fan of Team Liquid, and you know there are all of these hopes and there are all of these expectations, for them to get through this first speed bump without really having to let the foot off the gas at all really bodes well.
Absolutely, and you say if you're a fan Team Liquid, it's boding well. There's a whole corner of this audience that is making a racket here in favor of Team Liquid. It was fun to see Carmine Corp with the whole fan squad come out. I mean, hard to compete with Carmine Corp when it comes to that one, but to see so many fans make the trek from different corners of the world. I do feel like a bit of a dead horse while saying it, but like the last time Liquid were playing in GCC, it was a full house for them and for them only. And they've still got people coming all the way halfway around the world to support them.
Was the dead horse for Liquid thing on purpose?
No.
That was unintentional?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were the dead horse last time.
I mean, nicely done.
Now they're alive and kicking.
Yeah. Very nicely done. Full rifles for Crew, light armor on 2. And a desperate need for answers, for a way to stop some of this momentum that feels borderline insurmountable here.
Yeah, it's a win or bust now. And Team Liquid are going for a forward fight.
So there's that same Viper wall that you pointed out a couple of rounds ago. I love it, because if you do want to try this mid-split through A, you have to clear the wall 1, 2, 3, 4 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And it's just so suffocating to deal with, because either you use the very few bits of utility that you have to clear the wall, or you face check it.
Yeah.
Both of those suck.
It does, of course, give up the full bot mid Viper wall we saw so much on the defense side, but it pulls that wall a little bit deeper.
Right.
Gives you a little bit more room to play around it, or, as you're saying, fight those players after they're coming through it.
Right. Really big fan. And I like how Liquid are kind of playing around that, too. Generally, you see the Viper on B.
Doug.
Hang on.
B main. Jelly must be dealt with. Outlaw here is going to eat him up.
Remember, there are 2 members with light armor. That's not one of them. Do they double down on this? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but now there's 3 players here from TL.
So quick. I mean, they make the map feel small, and it's the biggest one in the game.
And this is 40 seconds left on the clock. Crew don't have any other options.
The rotates take 30 seconds themselves. You're right. They're kind of forced into this fight.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything with Daiki's ult coming down. And then the knife after it as well.
Oh, my gosh. And Liquid, no. They've already rotated through. I mean, what, do you brute force your way in?
You have to. You can't save. You must win this round if you're Crew.
Feeling some of the urgency behind the moment they go, or at least attempt to. And it's bloody murder. A flawless round for Liquid.
Yes, sir. Daiki flow state continues. If it's not her getting the kills, it's her just full cycling the ultimate with the knife. Endless stall against Crew. And she's allowed to do that because, of course, you've got Jelly playing the forward line, so gets that info down early.
That's what I was starting to touch on, too, is they cover the fact generally you see the Viper over towards B, and so you don't have to worry about main as much, but Jelly taking that line allows the Viper wall to come from A and makes it miserable. Now, the Viper wall is moved. Now it's coming over from B, and Crew have to solve another problem on the fly. With scraps. I mean, they're back on Sheriffs.
They're on the Sheriffs, like you're saying. I mean, they're going to be looking at having to win 7 in a row to force OT. If Dodds can't pull off a miracle.
She might need 5.
By the way, look at B main. Daiki's walked fully all the way up. There's this jump peek idea from the Omen as well. They should have been ready for the mid fight. Dodds a little bit better.
Still have to deliver more.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is the round still isn't easy for Crew. Without control of B main, you can't really go into B. There's too many angles still left to clear.
Right.
So they're going to wait for TL to try and recheck them in mid. We're going to work down on time, and no one's looking at Bizarra.
That's okay.
Oh, dear.
That's all right.
The full read.
I would just kind of let this one. Yeah.
Well, TL obviously know it's a fake.
Right.
So now they can lean back into the A site. This informs Daiki to start making that dash out from B. Start closing in on Crew.
And if you try, I mean, Crew have no real choice but to go forward. Jelly gets picked. They're investing the ult, again, with no real guns to kind of play around.
No time either.
The double dash slams their face into a wall. And, I mean, you're able to get a little bit of value with the Sheriffs, but it's just not enough.
And again, what I want to highlight there is how perfectly Team Liquid have control over the map. Just like the last round where they have the forward line to consult. This time it's even more. Daiki walked all the way through B main, so every single exchange that happened in this round, even this one here, every member of Team Liquid knew where the next fight was coming. They just got beat on the first one, but even that fight there, you know there's nowhere else this team can be except walking through A-Link into you. So all you have to do is set up your crosshair and then simply left click as they walk in.
Thoughts on the investment of the Sage ult there?
I think with it's do or die time, crunch time, I say send it.
Well, Liquid get up to map point, and Jelly has an op. Full mid control as well.
Yeah, after the full walk-ups, this time they're playing a little bit more passive. Because again, Crew are taking so much time into the rounds. Now if they deny them fights, what they can do is say, hey, okay, you're going to be down to 40, 30 seconds on the clock without really have done anything.
Dire straits here for the team out from LATAM.
I think, too, Crew are going to try and sell a fake towards A after the walk-up. You get a pick, maybe you can have an idea to dash, and then that allows the spike to slip in.
I ain't buying it.
Nope.
I don't think Liquid are either, yeah. Issa's going to spot one. You know if the Omen is here, the rest of the team likely is as well.
And, ooh, I don't think the drone...
I don't think so either.
Well, they are high-lowing for it, so it could have seen a shoulder.
That high-low's moved.
Yeah.
Still nicely done. Bizarra gets the trade.
And now B-main knife thrown from Daiki sees nothing, and Crew have always been playing so far forward in mains for those pops that pretty obvious. Should be setting up to A.
Even the discipline from Bizarra here to be jump spotting.
Yep. Oh, there's a Hunter's Fury, by the way, Doug.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we're just going to light up A main, sure.
And the op is here. Michaela falls. Biazik's the last up.
10 seconds left.
I think the slow hit, too. What can Biazik really do? Just one found. Just enough to kind of keep you on the hook that there might be a chance, but other than that, that's a damn statement out from Liquid in their opening map of this run.
And maybe the energy gets a little bit lower towards the end of the game as Team Liquid just sort of go on cruise control through it all, but I'm just like sitting here. Joy is
your performance and what we just saw in Corrode. If you want to give any shred of hope for the rest of this tournament run.
Yeah, it sort of felt like the wind left their sails after the Dodds ace and then losing that anti-eco in the second round. But this is Crew's first time getting a chance to fight up against Brazilian squad here, and maybe now they can reset themselves, come back in. But this is also Team Liquid's map pick. They're the ones bringing out the more funky ideas here with the veto. A lot here that Crew are going to have to understand on the fly.
Yeah, on the defensive side, too. Also interesting to note, you've got some of the utility set up A, but almost all of Liquid is B.
Yeah.
Issa the one exception there.
I mean, Potter was talking about on the desk, the ideas you can do to eat up the Viper Orb default that you're throwing down to the bottom of A main. We'll see if there's similar ideas throughout this game.
Aggro, the flash. Biazik TP's away, but doesn't TP far.
Yeah, common little fight down long, but interesting that Team Liquid have Jujina left back on site in case people are coming into hookah. It's only one for TL on A. The job for Issa is to hold on to Shower's control. Don't die, we're going to teleport on in, and then pressure onto the site. And now with two teleports, Crew are going to think that B is a little bit lighter, but there's still two players here.
They're kind of committing. They're scaling up into U-Haul, but the spike is headed back B.
I love this macro from Crew. They got out-red in the last game, but it's a good dog from Daiki. Still only saw one player.
They still have no idea that the spike is headed B either. An attack on two fronts. They're already up onto elbow. Biazik falls.
Yeah, but the problem is the spike is over on B where, well, That could be some serious trouble as Mikaela has no way to get out, and the spike comes back to try and help their Fade get out of the space, but Bazera locks it down.
Now they're going to try to rotate back and scoop that thing back up. Dod's down to 10 HP. No real way to get in.
It was another wall bang from Bazera. A masterclass round from her.
Don't even have the spike in hand yet.
That's
the big one. And Daiki, Assassination Towel, best Dods. That's another pistol for Liquid.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that round is a very fun round to watch the macro play out. It was one of those slow rounds on Bind where IGLs can really test their mettle. I think both teams had very good reads up until Crew get themselves in the situation where the spike comes back here to try and get their Fade out of the corner. And, well, you just get 1v2 straight up.
Okay.
Excellent start out for Liquid. Exactly what they want. Now keep note, you know, the Deaths talked about it, so we're going to keep an eye on it. The move of Veto Utility, this time back towards B.
Which is actually is exactly where Crew is not headed.
Right.
A couple of Sheriffs on them. Jujina even has support behind her with Issa.
Drop that smoke quick. The spit will keep him back too.
Yeah, good little defensive protocol here on the weak side, having the spit ready to go.
Now Crew will stall out outside of showers.
Yeah, so after showing the early showers presence, Team Liquid regroup over onto U-Haul. Last round they saw players sneak up behind the wall, so they used the Boombot first.
Right.
Now 2 players can step up and try to clear out Munch or anyone else.
Little jump spot out from Issa.
The reposition from Jelly too can act as a different angle Crew have to deal with. 3 smokes though means that there's no angles Crew have to deal with.
Well, none that they could see anyway. Very nice tracking out from Issa. The transfer to get the second. Just 2 remaining now between Monch and Konir. They still, again, they're in this awkward spot. I mean, at least they grab the spike back. But what options do you have here for your Crew?
I mean, gamble on a teleport is probably the best one. Right. I think Team Liquid's macro has just been a perfect read, how they've controlled the backside of A, repositioned, and now Daiki, who never flinched, was always ready in case the teleport came in. Now fall back and hold the line. There's only 15 seconds here.
But they're stalling out here, too.
And there's an interceptor ready to shut down any util. Very nice.
Kind of. I mean, if you're Daiki there, are you a little pressed that you were the one who stayed to control the side and
no, if I'm Daiki,
who gets the kills?
No, if I'm Daiki, I'm like, dude, my duelist just got 5 kills. 4 kills, is ready for the showstopper just about. I don't think Daiki's got the ego to farm the kill. She got plenty in the last.
That's true. Yes, she did get more than her fill, didn't she? And jokes aside, you really do want Jelly to get going, get closer to having the showstopper online. Just 2 off now.
They are mine.
Ooh, and an aggro idea from Team Liquid with a flash outside hookah.
Jelly deciding to invest a
Mikaela.
Guardian, but yeah, big advantage there.
Just shuts it down completely.
There was a flash too that I didn't catch exactly where Mikaela was perhaps standing that didn't get flashed or what the situation was, but there was a flash idea set up through the hole in heaven.
The thing is, you're playing a pixel angle, that Sky Flash is never going to touch you.
Right.
Sky Flash, while it is really good at working through smokes and working through Viper balls, it's one of the best agents you can have, I think, when it's a Viper meta and you're seeing double smokes.
There you see the interceptor providing a little bit of value. Dod's getting tagged. Very nice swing. Very nicely done by Bazera. 3 kills found.
Last player standing.
There's a shot at this. Daiki's been good. Daiki's been good. Oh, but just not good enough there.
And yet she still makes you believe it.
Yeah.
Crew absolutely pleased to be able to scrape by a win there, but it's almost the cost of everything.
And take a look at that one more time. There's yeah, you're right. The flash just doesn't connect at all.
And the problem is, if you do like a flash right around the corner that would hit that angle, there's then so many other spots that wouldn't get hit.
Right.
Yeah, so Sky Flash really good on an angle like B-Long, not so much there.
Yeah, that was a really good try. Just not quite enough. Meanwhile, back into the next round we go. A flash already down long. Some info tagged, and yeah, that kind of sucks to play against.
Yes, it does. Interceptor behind that smoke just means that you get the orb for absolutely free.
There.
Seems like they want to double down towards B here. Dog will clear out hookah.
High-low setup.
Right here.
Eugene is a player that we haven't talked about a ton, but I mean, arguably just as important as every other piece on this Liquid squad.
Yeah, it's been a part here for so long. This stack of 4 going back
Time to jump.
to that run in 23. Jelly, the only new addition midway through this year.
And so far, it looks like a pretty damn good one.
I mean, absolutely. One of the strongest players in Brazil, no doubt. Made a finals with MIBR just last year.
A little bit of fake info there. The flash down long got a tag, but the spike and 3 members of crew are headed A.
I mean, that's a nice shot from Daiki.
They're so disciplined. Liquid never move
left.
off of early info. It's actually really impressive to watch. It's a ton of fun to watch.
And there's still now 3 players on the A site, now shifting over, making a 4th.
Issa falls, but the TP comes through.
The smoke's just a half second too late, means Dodds gets traded out there. And there's no time, Doug.
No, there's not. Nope.
10 seconds
Yeah,
left.
by the way, if we were sprinting onto B site to plant,
Right.
Daiki's still there.
Right. Jelly had the rocket.
Come
Yeah.
on. And one of the things that I was sort of tracking, didn't get a chance to talk about it, Becerra's had that veto ultimate the entire round, right? Didn't choose to use it. And I'm wondering if that is an idea to use it for a heal if you get chunked out later on, or if Becerra's holding on to that for a round where there is a Fade ult in play, or there is a Raze ult in play, just to tank it up and full hard out counter. Anything crew might throw their way.
Honestly, I expected it to be in that round. After Issa falls and Becerra TPs back towards A, I thought, yeah, go full Thanos and take the fight, but hangs on to it for now.
One of the other things you'll see Becerra do is set up teleports to quickly rotate back through spawn. Means that Team Liquid are always having at least 3 players on the site, it seems.
Hear the interceptor. Oh, yeah. Not fun.
It's chopped.
Not fun to play against at all.
By the way, look outside of Hookah right now. The full walk-up from
Caution
Team
here.
Liquid, so they can stack 4 players on A.
Caution here.
Jelly's already found a kill with the op. We'll get a chance at a second, and we'll deliver on the second.
Beautiful.
A death from 1,000 cuts. I mean, Liquid can do no wrong.
The control from TL's macro on this map is just immense. And obviously it's assisted because they're just winning a lot of the forward fights they're taking unassisted, whether it's Jelly with the op or Jujina posted out of showers. But even if players like this fall, I don't think the round explodes from TL because they always are stacking to the right sides.
Right.
Playing more reserved typically, but then off of some information,
30
it allows a
seconds
solo player to take space outside B. We saw it from Daiki a few rounds ago, and she almost won the clutch. See it from Issa this round.
Oh, that nade doesn't feel good. Konir down to nothing on HP. Daiki's there for the swing. There's just one left now for Michaela. Michaela falls, and that's the round.
Even those little fights there, it's just a beautiful bait and switch.
Yeah, we'll see what really crew can do to try to adjust and try to figure things out here as they're down 4-1. There's that replay one more time. Any sort of utility gets caught on the rollout, and then Jelly's there with the op. You're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. And so what options do you really have? I guess call a timeout and then hope that with the injection of the conversation of your coach, you can solve something on the fly, but a tough start here once more.
Yeah,
for crew.
It absolutely is. You know, I think crew have actually gotten themselves in good positions sometimes, like especially down A short. Mainly because Team Liquid are giving them all that space, but I mean, crew's issues would solve themselves a little bit more if their work players were just finding these kills. If you could just will that into existence, okay, all of a sudden the macro simplifies, but if you can't do that, and especially now that Jelly has the operator on the field, you can no longer say, okay, Munch, you're free to go do your thing, because 9 times out of 10, you're not just diffing the op. You're not just hard clearing that, so.
Yeah, especially with the way Jelly's been playing. I mean, the op alone, as formidable as it is, but when you've got a player of Jelly's caliber swinging that thing,
Yeah, I would also say it's highly unlucky for crew that they don't have a player that is just straight up popping off in the game so far. Like, you were looking at 1-2 kills across the board, and what that's meant is they haven't gotten ultimates online. Like, how is that possible? The fact that Crew were 5 rounds in, they haven't ticked up to an ult just yet. The big heavy hitters aren't there.
You were talking about Bizarre hanging on to that ult for an ult.
Yes.
Potentially, we still haven't seen it.
And Team Liquid have been controlling the orb, so Crew are fighting for orb control over Showers this round. It's important if they can get Dodds within 1.
They invested a little bit of utility, Liquid did, through Showers to threaten the crunch. But Biazic will get the
There you go.
orb and have the ult online. What's the plan? What's the plan on the other side of this? What are they going to do with this? Do they rotate all the way back B and then try to grab an orb there too? I mean they don't have the
map.
line.
Yeah, if you're looking at the map, yes, but I mean, at that point, you still have some tools to clear down B long.
Right, sure.
My concern is that Jelly could just turn back away from a flash and repost back up here, and Biazic probably doesn't want to ult from so deep. Is going to go into hookah, so they're going to clear into hookah first, and that dimensional drift is going to have to go back in to be long to deal with Jelly.
The dog does latch. Jelly still pops a shot. Biazic getting up close and personal, and Jelly wins it out anyway. Bizarre does too, and again, Crew find no
30
success.
seconds left.
It is a disaster. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Murphy in full effect here. And again, they have no time. They have nowhere they can go. They have no space on the site.
10 seconds
I mean,
left.
you don't even want to play this round out anymore.
No. I mean,
That type of round like that could be a scrim ender
yeah.
if you weren't playing for actual stakes. I mean, that's just brutal.
And it just got a little bit worse. Eugenia just got the Brim ult online because of those last 2 kills.
I mean, look, Biazic had the moment to get that kill. Jelly was full, nearsighted, and then is able to switch over to the shorty. Went knife first, then shorty.
Gosh, that looked worse the second time I saw it.
Yep.
Right, okay. So, Crew have ults. Now, they got 2 ults,
Sure.
and Dodds is one off of hers, and so
Some things are going well, yes. Unfortunately, the money department, you got so distracted by the bright shiny
Right.
that you realized they don't have any of the bright shiny. None of the green.
and to pile it on a little bit more, the little things that are going well are going well by sheer virtue of how the game works, not necessarily because of anything they're converting themselves.
Again, even the lucky breaks aren't going their way.
No.
Konir is waiting for the op and actually diffed the op, got the headshot. It's a sheriff though, so left on 5 HP.
Yep. And Jelly with 5 HP is often more than enough.
I think, though, if you just want a good look at how to play a defense side of bind, though, go no further than watching this game. The way that Team Liquid are cycling their utility on the holds to the little push and pull fights they can take, right? Like every single, Jelly's the first one to take the fight. That sets up for the side on the other side.
5 HP, by the way. 2 kills found. Op still in play. Dodds finally puts Jelly down, and the ult has been popped, perhaps premature. Daiki just narrowly missing the shot. Dodds 28 HP, and now they have the pit they can play around.
But is a beautiful position for Crew.
Yeah, Daiki has ult though. And the Seekers are intended to sniff Munch out. Cabbages connect. Dodds falls. What can Munch do? Highly touted on the international stage. Tagged up immediately. 85 HP. Position given away as well. Just dipping back into the pit. Just trying to provide the cover. And Issa swings out behind it. That's another round loss for Crew.
That was a round they nearly were going to win. 2 even with just the pistols, even with going down early. I think the fight's down on A short. They found a lot of solid trades.
Insane that Jelly gets 2 kills with 5 HP there.
Yep. And again, could have been out of the round at the
Right,
beginning.
exactly. Yeah. And so the woes continue for Crew.
It just, it hurts because it feels doom and gloom because of how locked in Team Liquid have been. So a
Right.
round like that where Crew do everything they could possibly do to win it, Adds a little bit of extra heartbreak.
Oh, that
Okay.
That was a little. That was perhaps
Yeah,
it was cheeky.
Jelly was
cheeky.
still moving, right? Didn't even have a chance to shoot the gun.
And the flash idea was cool, but you know,
Okay.
perhaps maybe overreached.
Hold
there.
on. Okay, what if Crew just keep winning the showers fight? What
Right.
if that's the solve? I said you couldn't just diff the op on attack, but maybe they just can.
I think part of the issue, though, here, if your Crew is Liquid, surely they just don't play that as aggressively
Sure,
in the following rounds. And
But even in the previous round, that wasn't like, you know, like Jelly was going crazy. That was just posting up on a line where the Sheriff gets a nice shot down.
sure.
Now, Team Liquid have only left the one player on B, as they often will when they fall down numbers. It's Issa on the forward line out of hookah. And the positioning, I think, was just out of range for her to hear the footsteps.
They just made some noise there.
Yep. And now the shift will come in from Daiki.
Fear!
The Nightfall's not going to tag anybody.
And
30
no one's
seconds
coming
left.
for hookah either. Issa could be massive.
Eugenia has ult, too. Issa strikes just as you call her name. You can use the ult to deny the plant. Launch falls. There's the tap off the swing. The orbital strike at just the right time. And the slaughter shows no signs of slowing down. Brother, they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're having.
Yeah,
they're
they
just like-
are.
they're chilling up there.
I
They're
mean,
having a
the
good
TL
time.
fans over here are also having a whole lot of fun. Watching it all go down. The fact that Issa goes, you know, nuisanced in hookah, no one trying to come in from behind there is really what opens up the round. And it's that small piece of sound she hears because she's forward, hears them messing around on B long. That means Daiki
Where
and her
are
teammates
they?
can start running over.
Outlaw for Jelly. Perfect weapon here. Light armor or no armor in the case of Kinnear, and so just one pop of those will clean him up. Jelly already has ult as well, and an early pit down B long. I'm gonna do that thing where you and I are casting a game that has a pretty impossible situation where it looks like there's no freaking way. And I'm gonna do that thing where I ask you the question, what can Crew do to get back into this game?
Doug, this is not a question I want to be asked. I do not want to be Coach Bebe. I don't want to be in her position in this one.
Yeah.
Trailing 7-1. The chance to make it 8. The concern is that the obvious solves just aren't there, right?
Well, we did just watch Liquid miss on 3 kills.
Sure.
And so,
That's not a solve, though. That's,
listen,
you know, a handout.
yeah, take what you can get.
Yeah. You don't have the ults to play with. I think hard execing versus Vito was real tough, too.
They're rotating out
seconds
towards B. Daiki's here. The wall and the spit already.
It's a rare strat, the hard exec down A short to go into B.
Right, with the satchel through the telly as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it means you're left without anything to actually get into the site. Good lord.
Did Vizera ult? No, Vizera died. Had already used the ult in the previous round. Issa's able to get 2. Daiki gets another. And once again, the door is slammed in the face of Crew. This time, they didn't really have the guns. They didn't really have the opportunities, but the outcome's the same.
Yeah. Full sending it with the Brim ult there with so little time, the Sheriffs as well. Even though they get a kill with the distraction it adds to, just means that's another ult pulled out of the picture. And again, you'll hear a lot of people sort of talk about how snowbally it can feel like Valorant is with ultimates. I think almost because the ult cost has increased over time.
Nice, caralho. Boa, guys. Nice. Boa.
Especially when it becomes a little bit stompy in the first 4 or 5 rounds. You know, Team Liquid are going to be ulting twice before Crew have finished all 5 of their players getting an ult off.
Sure.
You know? And when you're throwing away ults on an eco round like that, it just means that when it comes to a critical swing round, this next round we don't have
Right,
that.
exactly.
You're just outmatched on every single front.
I think that's the key. That's the big differentiator right there, is the way that Crew have used some of their ults in these disadvantageous positions to try to will them back onto equal footing. But the problem is, it's not just one step between these two in these situations. It's often a whole expanse that they're trying to clear up with one stride, and that's just not enough. And so we head to this next round. Crew have burned their last time out, and a quick lay of the land. Jelly has the ult still, and the op to boot.
Okay, Doug, it's bad. It's bad. I get it.
Yep.
I get it's bad. You asked me the impossible question. I'm going to try to answer it, and I'm looking at their setup right now.
Okay.
Crew, I just want a good old-fashioned B exec, right? And it's going to start off with Biazik doing some lurk pressure into showers, make some noise, maybe take a fight there if it's going to be there. Diff the Raze. Can we kill the Raze 1v1? Get the showstopper out of the equation. It's a simple task. Please do that, then teleport back over to the team.
So they've been able to win this fight because Jelly has been peeking through the Showers telly. But this time it's a much more passive line.
Okay, so then I would ask Jelly to take the more forward line.
Right. And
Say,
then,
please.
Right.
Do something. Now, what I'm concerned with is how much noise crews are making into Hookah means that what they're trying to do is set up Biazik for the lurk, but no one rotates ever on Team Liquid, so this fight is just too simple.
We talked about this a couple of rounds ago. The discipline that they've shown on the defensive side is I mean, astounding. And you see it there. And the truth is, that was nice. Out from Dodds, that was also nice.
What?
Out from Dodds. Turns out, for as bad as the situation might be, Dodds can still fry.
Oh, Jelly still wants to fight.
Just barely missing that. Send a shiver down their spine.
Hey, look, Crew are in a winning position. I like how Dodds is playing this.
And that has been the spark. The ult's just off the mark. Dodds gets 3. Swings into the 4th, doesn't connect, and Liquid again. Punch right back. Kinnear's left in the 1v1, and Kinnear delivers.
That round won through the simple will of Dodds and Kinnear. That entry onto the B site after losing multiple players on the map. Dodds, I think, has some pretty slick movement with the satchel here. I want to watch it again.
That was snappy, but then, yeah, the satchel to displace. I don't know if that was necessarily the intention at the beginning.
I think it like sort of stuttered her a little bit, even backwards too.
Yeah.
Could maybe even reset the aim accidentally. But we're about to have a big fight on Showers, Doug.
No op here. But they take the line. The Spit's aggressive. Jelly has to satchel back, and you can only do this for so long. Dodds again strikes. There's the rocket popped. But Dodds kind of takes herself down with it.
That's a toughie. 1 for 1 here.
Turns the flash.
Snap trip.
Biazik has the spike too. You can't fall down there in Showers.
No, that would be round ending.
Wait, did she see her? She did. So Crew again with the numbers advantage. Biazik gets ult by planting the spike.
Spike planted.
Issa has a big play to make there. Do you continue to swing into this? 34 HP, the flash, the stimmy too.
Last player
And
standing.
Issa can't really do anything. It's Daiki. We've been a little quiet on Daiki the last couple of rounds. And Kinnear once again gets away with 1v1 to get Crew to 3.
Okay, back to back there. Not too bad from Crew. And you sort of see some of the hope in these last 2 rounds where if those heartbreakers a few rounds ago had gone their way, it slipped out,
Yeah,
we'd have a tight half. So I think it's a 3rd in a row here. I could convince myself to start believing a second half.
They're going to have a couple of tools here. I'm concerned about the Biazik situation. Has ult. Has a shorty.
It's going to be a similar idea to be as the last time they had this dimensional drift. Biazik choked it the last time. Must be good on this one.
And that's why I'm concerned. Almost the exact same idea. You are right.
I'll handle this.
Biazik will pop the ult. Jelly's there. Do you dare try to swing that again? Dodds again. Crispy, snappy. Onto Daiki, and now Biazik tries to get the best of Bizarra, but it's the same outcome. They're trying to hold off this attack as long as they can, and so far so good. Reinforcements arriving. Jelly strikes with the op. They can't flip the map. They have no info of Showers.
There.
So they have to stall. They have to freeze. They have to slow it down. Dyer straight for the attacking side once more, a 2v4. And Bizarra's popped the ult.
Bring them.
Won't matter there. Bizarra getting the info with a glowing Vandal to boot. 2 more kills to find. That's 1. That's 2. A 9-3 half for Liquid.
It is a glorious evolution from Bizarra. Finding 4 at the end. Taken over in this game. First game was the Daiki show. This time Bizarra. There's a player on the tip of your tongue. Beautiful work out of the squad.
A 9-3 half for Liquid. If there's any hope, any prayer for Crew, they'll have to find it on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. Some sort of an addiction. They all have a prediction. I think it's just some fiction. Did I have an addiction, baby? Did I have an addiction? 24/7, all I do is procrastinate.
I don't know that the Straits get any more dire than the current position the Crew find themselves. They're down 3-9 on their opponent's map pick in the second map of this opening best-of-3 tournament run for them, and unfortunately this is not an opponent that is weak by any means. We're talking about a team that is has aspirations, has hopes, has predictions of being in the Sunday game, and so they've got to figure something out here, and they've got to do it really freaking fast. Doug with Christy here on the call, and Dodds has been a bright spot, but that's really been the only one.
He was pistol around to the second half of the last game. That was the Dodds ace. Don't ask what happened after that.
Right.
Don't ask what happened after that. You don't.
Yeah.
Nothing happened after that.
Nope.
We just loaded up into the next game. Team Liquid got the win. Maybe we can channel some of that magic. Channel a touch of the arcane.
Take a look at the Yazik there. Gonna get some of that early challenge. Again, has struggled, to be honest. I mean, I hate to say it, but the truth is, all of Crew have.
I mean, it just felt suffocating.
Yeah, it really
against
did.
the deep holds from Team Liquid. Picture perfect macro.
Shelly has a chance to hit a belter there, just a tag.
Nice.
Yeah, doesn't feel good.
I mean, Crew have given up so much to the A site.
For nothing, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of astounding to think about how Liquid find themselves in this position to begin with, where they have so much agency on the site for no value, I mean, for no cost.
Yeah, and I mean, you also see Bizarro with a full lurk through onto B because Crew have given up so much space, because they're taking so much time. Bizarro might actually have some serious impact this round.
The timing on that will be everything. The flashback site, no fight.
It's just stall, stall, stall.
Yeah.
Let this lurk come online.
Jelly flush forward. That nade's not going to feel good. Down to 4 HP. Somehow weaker than the last heroic round that we saw.
Sarah is here.
Daiki playing on the other side of the smoke. Bizarro strides value. Daiki does two kills found. And Kinnear has been very good in the 1v1s, but not really going to get an opportunity to get to the 1v1 in the first place.
And you know what? Here I think is a great way of dissecting two ways that the teams played similar on their defensive halves and how it's vastly different as well. Because you look at that at face value, it's like, well, what's wrong with how Crew played that? They played it passive. They gave a lot of space. You know, they're playing back behind their site, but they weren't even playing on site. And the way that Team Liquid would play, even in a passive hold like that, they'd have utility going down on the spike. They'd be contesting over Lamp's territory pretty consistently. They'd be ready and always putting the pressure down. Whereas Crew, they're playing up in heaven, they're playing back in pipes. They didn't have anyone contesting the spike plant, and that gave Team Liquid a calm lockdown, as they find again in this round.
10-3 half, or 10-3 score, and they don't invest here. They don't force. Really interesting out from Crew.
And you know, I said a million words there. The simple one is be passive doesn't mean do nothing. And I think Crew did a little bit of nothing in the last round, whereas Team Liquid were doing so much even in the passive play.
Very well said. I think that might have been a bit of an FPX play.
Enemy
Assuming, GG
it was,
must have invested, and so Issa picks up the rifle. Daiki can still go play and see what she can find, but Kinnear is on the other side of the map by herself.
Spike planted.
What's your preferred way to go down here? You're the Brimstone in 1-on-4?
If this was Abyss, I would say for the sake of the broadcast, jump off the map and let us keep going.
Do you think the spike exploding tickles?
in the
Like as it zaps through your body.
I think tickles in like the whole like melting and the explosion type sense of the word tickles, where you're just kind of getting disintegrated. Then yeah, tickles.
But for a moment, it's like, ooh, that's nice. As the Radianite gets ripped out of your body.
Right. I'm going to be really candid with you here. I've never.
Oh, that's just me.
I've never been disintegrated, and so I don't know.
Okay,
but my guess is doesn't tickle.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people that played against Jelly have experienced being disintegrated before.
Right. And doesn't tickle, I'm sure.
It does not tickle that. That packs a punch.
17-6. Swing of a punch right now.
Enemy remaining. Wait for me.
And so now they're going to buy. They have to play perfect the rest of the way, at least Crew do. And that's tough. That's a tough situation to be in when, I mean, even some of the 50-50 situations haven't been going your way. We'll get a chance to see how they choose to play the veto on the attacking side, at least in this round. The interceptor right outside of Showers.
Yeah, stopping any sort of crunch play ideas from the defense. I think you'll see that a lot when you're playing for the attack, unless you're trying to save the post plant.
Jelly is unbelievable.
Launching.
Yeah, Daiki's going to get caught there. All good. 4v3 for Crew. I mean, 4v2.5. Jujina has 5 HP.
I don't know if she's really in the equation here. So Team Liquid, Daiki going to call freestyle round. Everybody go your own way, get something done. If we find a pick or something, maybe we have a chance, but Crew seem to have done exactly what's required of them in this round. Konir just with the jiggle here. See a body, drop a smoke down on site. And again, this is what I was saying, where playing passive doesn't mean do nothing. Put down the smoke in the middle of site. That's from the defense.
Right.
Just to say that the planter can never feel comfortable to tap spike, because with that brim smoke being
30 seconds
a
left.
true honest smoke,
Right.
player could be lurking in and around anywhere. You
Right.
can put down the molly as well. Like, this is a good hold from Crew.
Yeah, even just playing on site is different from what we saw on the pistol in the first place. And you're right, the investment of utility does that as well. They were thinking about it. 13 seconds left, going to play default instead.
Kind of like the idea to play for
10
back
seconds
site, but
left.
nice spam from
Spike
Issa
planted.
responds. This spike from Bazera.
They should not have been able to get the spike down. Now Bazera's playing up really aggressively. Michaela on the other side. With Munch not far off, Bazera gets away with another.
Enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh. They cannot stumble into a win right now. I don't know that I've ever seen a team kind of play things out the way Crew have been playing, where it seems like they finally have an advantage, they finally have an opportunity, and something happens to throw all of that to the wind.
It can be as simple as trying to spam out the planter, missing, and the return fire gets you. We saw that on full force. It can be as simple as Bazera simply dominating you. And that's what happened with the walk-up into pipes. The fact that it's done with a Guardian as well. This shot then turning back around to kill the player backside. Like, how quickly are you ready for that? Biazik thinks there's no way she's going to be turning around and looking for it.
Cacete. Bezerra. Casa comigo, Bezerra. Bezerra.
I love that.
Trap destroyed.
A Judge, a Guardian, 2 Guardians, and a Bulldog. And a 12-3 half. Biazik's now down. I think, again, if we're talking about a team like Liquid that should be competing for a championship, this is what you want. This is what you need to see out from them. And yeah, they look just as good as people have said.
13-5. Possibility of a 13-3. Let's see how this goes. This retake. Chance for Crew to
Spike plant.
come up with a fight here. Showstop from Jelly.
Oh, the flash setup was really nice, but no joy on the other side. Jujina trying to swing forward. That Judge doesn't feel good. But Bazera is still in play, and now the ult, the TP out. Still a 3v3. With the spike ticking away. It hasn't been super long yet, but you still have the final boss on the other side. They have full short control.
Bazera healed up.
1 for 1. Launch gets another. Daiki. It would be poetic, wouldn't it? But not the case this time around. Munch gets 3, Dodds gets the defuse, and we're going to play at least one more.
Yeah, let's run it back. See how deep Crew can take this one.
I ever tell you about the time that there was a team that was down 12-3 and then came all the way back and played perfect?
I'm just going to let you keep digging this hole. No, dog, you never told me about that one.
Story.
Gosh, I love a good bedtime story.
Yeah, I mean,
I love fantasy.
give me
what I love.
give me a little bit and I'll tell you the whole story. I don't remember how it goes exactly, but I think it'll keep coming back to me round over round if we get the chance to talk it out. Kinnear does have ult. Couple of orbs traded. Down long. Yeah, sure. I mean, why not, I guess. And Michaela gets back. Nicely done.
Numbers advantage now?
Daiki has 35 HP.
Okay.
I'm remembering more of the story.
Stop it. Don't be ridiculous, Doug. It's too early. Because the thing about stories like that, even if 80% of the story feels good, can never stick the landing.
No, yeah.
Never. The ending is always a disappointment.
I mean, I got to give the people hope, right?
Oh, my goodness.
No, that's not. The eye's not going to do anything for you there. I'm afraid not.
You know what happens when you give people hope, Doug?
No.
They lose it.
Not quite lost yet, at least this round.
30 seconds left.
Bizarra's going to go exploring. Making a ton of noise, but the spike's headed the other way. The TP through. Monch, what can you do? Remember, Daiki's weak, has been weak for the majority of the round. And is going to be the first out onto the site. Got to clear back. Cannot yet. 10 seconds left. The spike's still not down. Rotations and reinforcements arriving. Eugene is somehow still gets the spike down. You don't want to lose this in a 2v4. Please don't lose this in a 2v4. Eugene dropping down, looking for the second. Still the judge in play. Connects. Biazik and Munch, the two that remain. And it's all in Eugene now. Manages to find just enough time to reload. That's a clone. Don't shoot at that one. Munch gets 3. Crew get 5.
Yeah, you know, Munch there is able to play a great little anchor position with the cross-map smoke chucked in from Kinnear. On the left side of default. Really like that coming out from Crew just to stay alive on backside. Keep that pressure down. Makes it almost impossible to plant the spike. That's what I'm talking about. You see the smoke on the left side. So that's what Daiki's looking at. Is a player waiting inside that? Or are they going to pop through when you try to plant?
Down and out.
Munch sort of plays against expectations there by just simply being out in the open.
Right. And so we've made light of the situation, but I really do. I love this timeout from Naps, the head coach of Liquid. They've gotten a couple of rounds. Hey guys, we're at 12. Can we close this out?
Let's just cook up a round and win it. Yeah. And honestly, I'm not even sure if Team Liquid need to reinvent the wheel.
No.
With something like this here, this could be as simple as just talking together, getting all the timings down, exactly what we're going to do on our next exec into a site. Team Liquid have been playing a little bit more of the map. It seems like even last round you're letting Bizarra sort of work solo, try and get something done, but I also just was very pleased with how Team Liquid was playing in the last game on their execs and just sort of running it that way, setting up very nicely in post plants. I thought was a big success point of theirs. So instead of playing to chip away at their opponents, play a little bit more macro style. Could always just go back and keep things simple.
Yeah, the classic slam a site and see if you win.
I think even a part of this one was talking about the money when you see Guardians and a lot of regen or light shields coming in, discussing whether or not just a full save is the name of the game. End up deciding to go for this one.
And so if they lose this, there's a good chance that Crew will be able to put another round together as well, given that Liquid will be on a busted bye.
And we were talking so much about ults in the first half. The fact that Dodds has a showstopper here. Went out on a swing round is big.
What are you going to do with that judge there?
Probably shoot some people.
Jelly will be first. Easy now. Yeah, they didn't like how that smelled. A
little strange. But if you don't like what that smells like, are you going to go back towards the pit?
Got the spike.
I mean,
It's stanky.
Yeah, the pit's not going to be much better.
Do you just do nothing?
Nah, I mean, I still think you don't want to play towards the pit.
Okay, no, so it's going to be a dog in from Daiki through the pit to put pressure and push the Viper back. Maybe force Crew to think about that space a little bit more. But with the Prowler going through the TP, not seeing anyone showers, all of a sudden the B is a little bit more obvious.
Yeah, they're going to speed up onto this, aren't they? Michaela's going to drop a little bit of util. Smoke drops 2. And Dodds is starting to rotate over. Going to arrive at the scene, has 2 satchels and the ult and the nade. A full belt of utility. The nade's already out. Pizarro falls. And now the Nightfall invested. The rocket connects. And they keep everyone back. Isa's left in a 1v3. No shot.
I think that's just a good round out from Crew. And Team Liquid taking a little bit too much time at the end of things. That first shot out from Michaela, getting the kill, unlocking the Nightfall. Sure, it costs Crew 2 ultimates, but makes that B site completely impenetrable. This shot here, thing of beauty. And then wasting no time, even pivoting back into that site smoke. That smoke they're always throwing down, so Crew can flood out from spawn really easily.
Yeah, if not for that smoke, that she gets killed before the Nightfall even goes off. And
very
just
different
like
situation.
That.
Yeah, absolutely. Dodge probably doesn't get out from spawn with the showstopper either.
Right. The problem is, we've seen situations like this end in an eco many times, and that is what Liquid find themselves in right now. A Bucky and a hero rifle for Bizarra. And this time a lot of attention towards A.
Here still has the Judge, by the way. Oh no.
Dodds falls. There's the Judge, spotted by the Roomba, 70 HP. That shouldn't happen. A Bucky from that distance will clean it up. We'll get the kill.
Too. Jelly.
With an nade as well? It's a game of chicken. Who goes first? Who swings first? It's Jelly. Konir down, a 5v3.
It's a double flank too, Doug. That's being held by Jujina.
And the flash, even the presence of mind from Daiki to flash there, confirming there's a flank. A little bit of damage dealt, not quite enough to do much else. And Isa strikes, Piazzik falls. 2 guns left for the defense, 2 guns left for Crew.
Caution here.
And 2 final opportunities to extend this once more. It's just out now to Munch. Munch gets 3 on the round, still 2 more to find. Time is short. Time is incredibly short. And so are the hopes of Crew. 13-6, the way of Liquid, and a pretty complete showing, all things considered.